Hello students, hope you're all doing well. So this video is powered by Synthesis Tutorial. So in the previous session we were done till question number 13 of exercise 20G, that happens to be the last exercise of your chapter. Now in today's session we'll be looking into question number 14. So in question number 14, the question says a metal container in the form of cylinder is surmounted by a hemisphere. Okay, so we have a metal container which is in the form of cylinder. So the figure goes like this, and this is being surmounted by a hemisphere. Now what they are saying, of the same radius. So whatever is the radius of this particular cylinder, that is only the radius of this particular sphere which is there. Okay, so the metal container, it is this much form, and then what are the dimensions that have been given? The internal height is given as 7 meters, so this is equal to 7. And what about the radius, children? Radius has been given as 3.2, 3.5, which is further equal to 7 upon 2. Now you have to calculate the total surface area of the internal surface. Okay, so you have to calculate what the internal surface area which is there. So it is understood, children, that what will be internal surface area equal to? The internal surface area will be equal to, you will be looking into this particular surface area. So what you will be writing, this question is an easy one, children, so easily you can be taking this as homework. Why? Because here they are asking what? They are asking that you have to find out the internal surface area. So you already know that what is the formula for internal surface area. You will be writing what? Just write down the formula and then just replace in the video. So write down that this particular internal surface area will be equal to curved surface area. Internal surface area means what, children? This surface area which is there plus this surface, whatever is inside. Okay, so that will be equal to CSA, that is curved surface area of cylinder, plus you will be taking what? Plus you will be taking the curved surface area of sphere, of the hemisphere. So for cylinder it is 2 pi RH, and for hemisphere it is how much? 2 pi r in square. Alright, so these are the formulas which are there, so you can just easily use this formula and find out the total area of the internal surface excluding the base. Had they asked you base also, children, then what you would have done? You would have added plus pi r square. Okay, so that would have become for base, but since they are not asking the base, you will be just using this formula. Now in the second sub question, they are asking the internal volume of the container. So what will be the volume of container equal to, children? You will be writing volume will be equal to volume of hemisphere plus volume of cylinder. That's a very easy question, children. So volume of hemisphere will be given by what? 2 by 3 pi r cube, and for cylinder it will be given by what? Pi r square h. Since the r value is same for both of them, if you want you can take pi r square common. So this will become pi r square into 2 by 3 r plus h. So you can easily replace in this formula to get your answer. So one is this. So here you can use the formula 2 pi r h plus r if you want, taking common. So this can be your one formula for the first sub question, and this can be your formula for the second sub question. Just substitute and you can easily get the answer. Alright, so now we'll be moving to question number 15. So what is there in question number 15, children? It says an exhibition tent is in the form of cylinder surmounted by a cone. Okay, so cylinder surmounted by a cone will be how? Like the figure will be like this, children. There is a cylinder which is surmounted by a cone. Okay, the height of the tent above the ground is 85 meter and height of the cylindrical part is 50 meter. Okay, so this total they are saying this is 85 and height of this cylinder they are saying is 50. So it is understood, children, that what will be height of cone equal to? It will be equal to 35. Okay, now what they are asking, see, the height of the tent above the ground is this. If the diameter of the base is 160 8. Diameter of the base means this much, children. So if 168 is the diameter, what will be the radius, children? It is understood it will be 84. Okay, and then find the quantity of canvas required to make the tent. Allow 20% extra for fold and for stitching, and you have to give your answer to the nearest meter square. Okay, so this question is also a interesting one, children, as what you have to find here, children. Allow 20% extra. So what you will be finding out, first we will be calculating what? We will be calculating the curve surface area. Now why do you want to calculate the curve surface area, children? This is understood because you want to find out the length of the canvas required. So for finding out the length, you need what? You need to find out the curved surface area. Okay, so how are you going to write this? See, first, since they have given 20% extra part, so I'll be doing this for you. So what you will be writing, of course you will be writing one by one, children. So this is for cylinder and this is for cone. So here my radius has been given as how much? My radius has been given as 84. My height has been given already as 50. Okay, so what will be my CSA equal to? My CSA here will be equal to 2 pi r into h. So this in turn is equal to how much? This is equal to 2 pi r is equal to 84 into h means this is 50. Okay, now what I'll be moving to? I'll be moving to the next part. We can just keep it like this, children, so that we can take common in the future in the sense future of this question, of course. So here radius you will be taking how much? Here the radius is 84, and what will be height equal to, children? The total height has been given as 85 and the height of cylinder has been given as 30. So you 50. So you'll be just subtracting to get the height equal to 35. Okay, so now what you will be finding, because for calculating the curved surface of cone you need slant height. So you'll be writing down L is equal to root over of h square plus r square. Okay, so this is equal to how much is h square, children? This is 35 square plus 84 square. So you just need to find out 35 square. We all know is, children, 1225, but we don't know 84 square, so we'll be just calculating. So this comes out to be 6, and then this is 33, and here we have 2, 3 carry over, so this is 6, 7. So this is coming out to be equal to 7056. So plus 7056. So we'll be taking the root over of this. So how much is this coming out to be? This is coming out to be 1, 8, and then we have 2, 1. So 8281 is square of what, children? If you just find it out like this, 8281, 2 if you are taking, so 9, 9. So you are getting 81. So you are getting 181. So if you just add up 9 here, how much are you going to get, children? 118. So 1 and 1. So this is 181, means what? 8281 is the square root of 91. So you are getting the slant height equal to 91. So here only you can see, children, although the question looks an easy one, but for calculating slant height only you need at least 2 minutes. So you have to make sure, children, that you are managing your time in such a way that you are able to utilize most of your time. Okay, because the sums of these type are going to require a lot of time. Okay, so I can just erase this part because this part's work has been done. Now what I'll be writing here, I'll be writing that what will be CSA of cone. So CSA of cone will be equal to pi r into L. So this in turn will be equal to pi into, what is the radius, children? Radius is 84 for this as well, into 91. So this is what you are getting. Now we'll be calculating what? We'll be calculating total surface area. So what I'll be writing, that total curved surface area will be equal to CSA of cylinder plus CSA of cone. Okay, so how much is CSA of cylinder, children? You have calculated. This is equal to 2 pi 84 into 50. If you want, you could have calculated here also, children, because 50 into 2 is how much? 100. So 8400 pi you will be getting. So anyways is completely fine, children. So it just depends on how do you want it to do. Okay, and plus here how much you will be getting? Here getting pi into 84 into 91. Okay, so what you can do, 80 pi into 84 you can take as common. Okay, and in the bracket you will be getting what? 2 into 50, and here you will be getting 91. So this is equal to how much, children? Pi into, just replace the value of pi. So this is going to be equal to 22 upon 7 into 84, and then this is 100 plus 91. So this in turn will be equal to how much? This is equal to be 14, children. So 14 into 22 is 28 into 11. So how much is this equal to, children? 28 into 28. This should be equal to, just a second, children, we are getting what? 27 into 1 and 4. Okay, so this should have been equal to how much? 8308 is what we are getting. Okay, just a second, students, I think we need to, this is 1 2. Okay, just a second, my mistake. This is not 14, children, this is 12. So 12 means what? We'll be getting how much? We are getting 22 into 12. So this is going to be 24 and 24. So this is coming out to be 264. So this is 264 into 191. So I'll just use the calculator to find out this, children, so that we save time. Of course, these all things you have to take into consideration, children, because you need to be very, very fast in your solving skills. Okay, so this is coming out to be equal to 50,424 meters square. Okay, so this is what you are getting. So this you are getting when the exact amount of cloth or the canvas is required to make the tent. But they are saying what? You have to allow 20% extra for fold and for stitching. Okay, so here what they are not saying that 20% is getting wasted, children. They are saying that 20% more is required. Okay, so what you will be writing? Given 20% extra is required for fold and stitching, is required for folding and stitching. Folding and stitching. So if this much is required, then what you will be writing? You will be writing that therefore area of canvas required, or else what you can writing? So this therefore extra canvas required, first write down extra canvas, is equal to 20% of how much you have calculated, children? 50,424. So we can just calculate first 20%. So this is 20 upon 100 into 50424. So this is going 1 and 5. So divided by 5, this should be equal to how much, children? This is 4, not 5. This is 1 0, and then we'll have 0 again, 8, and then 24 means it goes 4 times, children. Okay, and then 0.40 means 8. So this is what we are getting. Okay, so this much extra you require, children. Therefore what you will be writing? Therefore total canvas required. Okay, total canvas required will be equal to how much? This will be equal to, see, 50,422 meters square plus 10084.8 meters square. So this is the total that we are needing. So we'll just add this up. 50,422 424. So we are getting how much, children? We are getting is this as equal to 60,508.8 meters square. So this is going to be our answer, that this is the total length of the canvas required. But then they are asking what, children? They are asking that you have to give your answer to the nearest meter square. So what will be the nearest meter square here, children? I'll write down with the red pen because this is already 0.8. So this should be equal to how much? This will go to the next number, that is 60,509 meter square. Of course, in the shop if you are going, you possibly cannot ask for 60,508.8 meter square cloth, children. Okay, that doesn't make sense. But then this is what the question is asking, so you have to find out for the nearest meter. Alright, so this is the way this sum has to be done. It was an easy one, children. The only thing here that was there is that you have to find out that extra, and you don't have to get confused with the type of question which says that this much is getting wasted in foldings and all. So in that, what we used to take, we used to take total as x, and then we used to do like this: x minus 20% of x is equal to this much. That this is the way we used to do, but in this sum we won't be doing it that way. Okay, so now we'll be moving to the next question, that is question number 16. So we'll be just writing down here, this is 16. Okay, so now what does this says? It says that, look into the question. It says a test tube contains a hemisphere and a cylinder of the same radius. Okay, there is a test tube. Now what does it contain? It contains a sphere and it contains a hemisphere. Sorry, not sphere, children. Consists of a hemisphere and a cylinder. So you already know that what is the shape of a test tube. The test tube goes like this. Okay, and in the base you are having a hemisphere. So this is the shape of the test tube that we are talking about. And then the volume of the water required to fill the whole tube is this much. Okay, so the total volume they are saying is equal to this much. And then what they are saying? They are saying that in the next part, 4235 centimeter cube of water is required to fill the tube to a level which is 4 centimeter below the top of the tube. Okay, so 4 centimeter means, children, suppose if I am taking total height as equal to h, and so this particular part will be equal to how much? This particular part up to this height, this will be equal to h minus 4. Okay, so both the volumes have been given. So now what you will be doing, children, you have to calculate that what will be the is required to fill, which is 4 meter. So find the radius of the tube and length of the cylindrical part. So length of the cylindrical part means, children, you have to find from here to here. Only this part you have to find out. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand that what this question is more like, children. So here what you will be taking, here we will be taking the, first of all, radius we will be taking as r, and the entire height of the test tube we will be taking as h from here to here. Okay, then what we will be now calculating, we will be calculating, so first write down, let radius is equal to r, and you will be letting the height is equal to h of the test tube. Okay, so what you will be writing, that total volume is equal to how much, children? The total volume is equal to, they have given 5159. Okay, but then you won't be writing this, you will be first writing down total volume is equal to volume of cylinder plus volume of hemisphere, of course. Okay, hemisphere. So what is the volume of cylinder equal to, children? Volume of cylinder is given by pi into r square into h. And then what is the volume of hemisphere? This is 2/3 pi into r cube. So what are the things which you can take common here, children? This is equal to pi into r square h plus 2 by 3r. So this is what you are getting. Okay, now given that this particular volume is equal to 5159 divided by 6. So what you will be writing? Given pi into r square into h plus 2 upon 3r is equal to 5159 upon 6. Okay, so what you can be writing down, children, you just have a look. You need to find out an equation out of this, children. Okay, so for finding out the equation, what you will be doing, see, if you are taking the value of pi on that side, is that going to make a difference, children? Okay, so 5159 anyways is not going, so you just let this equation be like this, children, that this is equal to pi r square into this much h plus 2 by 3 r. Okay, or else if you want to reduce this particular equation, children, so this can be written as what? See, pi r square, I'll just erase this so that I can just get it in the form of a equation, because here I need to frame the equations, children. So you can do like this. This implies pi r square. Okay, take the LCM here. So this is 3h plus 2r upon 3 is equal to 5159 divided by 6. So this implies what? See, this 3 you can send that side. So you are getting what? Pi r square into 3h plus 2r is equal to 5159 divided by 6 into 3. So this is getting cancelled. So you are getting what? The equation finally that you are getting is equal to, I'll write down here, that pi r square, okay, into 3h plus 2r is equal to 5159 divided by 2. So if you see, children, you may ask that, ma'am, what's the profit of taking this? So initially in the equation I was having this form, h plus 2 by 3r, and now I have 3h plus 2r, so which is comparatively more easier for me to solve. Okay, so that is the reason I have taken it this way. Now we'll be moving to the second part. So what you will be writing for the second part? You will be writing when the water is what they have given, children, when water is 4 centimeter below the top. We'll be talking about that situation now. Okay, so now what you will be writing? Volume will be equal to what, children? Volume will be equal to volume of cylinder plus volume of cone. Sorry, hemisphere, children. So here what will be volume of cylinder, children? So that is an important thing. And then before that, children, there is one more thing that you just need to look into, that h you don't have to take the entire height, children, because otherwise this is going wrong. Okay, so you will be taking the h as the, if you're taking as the entire height, then you won't be considering the base part. Okay, so here what I'll be doing, I will be taking only the, see, this particular part which is there. Okay, we'll just continue like this and we'll be looking into that what comes, children. So volume of cylinder now will be equal to, children, since you are reducing this much height, so now it comes to equal to h minus 4. So this you will be getting what? You will be getting as equal to, just write down this, children, This is our, just a second students, will be just looking into this. So we have been asked what? We have been asked height and radius. Okay, so this is going to be equal to pi r square, will be pi r square, no doubt about this, but then height is getting reduced, so this will be h minus 4, plus hemisphere volume remains the same children, that is 2 by 3 pi r cube. So here what you can be taking common, you can be taking common pi r square, okay, and in the brackets you will be getting what? H minus 4 plus 2 upon 3 r, and again we will be taking LCM, and then according to the question this is equal to 4235 upon 6. Okay, so this implies if you take the LCM children, pi r square, and here if you take 3h minus 12, okay, plus 2r divided by 3 is equal to 4235 divided by 6. Okay, so now what you will be taking children, I'll just keep this because this is my equation number 1. I'll just remove second part children, that is not relevant anymore. So now what I'll be writing, pi r square into, write down first, if you want you'll write down 3h plus 2r, okay, and then minus 12 is equal to 3 goes that side children, 4235 divided by 6, so this is going 2, so this is equal to 4235 divided by 2. Okay, so now what you are getting children, this implies that pi r square into 3h plus 2r minus 12 is equal to 4235 divided by 2, and this you are going to take as equation number 2. So what do you see in 1 and 2 children? In equation number 1 also I am getting pi r square. In 2 also I am getting pi r square. So what I can do, I can just divide both the equations. Okay, so what I will be getting, equation number 1 when divided by equation number 2, I am getting pi r square into 3h plus 2r divided by pi r square into 3h plus 2r minus 12 is equal to, here I am getting 5159 divided by 2, and here I am getting 4235 divided by 2. So now goes the solving part. From here you need to find out that how much is r going to be equal to. Okay, and then you have to remember what children? You have to remember one thing, that this particular height I had taken only for the cylindrical part and not for the test tube children. So that is an important part that you need to understand. So initially only whenever I am saying that it is the height of the test tube, no, because height of the test tube is this much part. So that is not what we are considering. We are considering just the cylindrical part. Okay, so you have taken the height of cylindrical part to be h. Now we'll be just quickly solving this children, so to get the answer. So how much am I getting now? Just I'll be erasing rest part. So what I'll be getting, I am getting this pi r square is getting cut, so 3h plus 2r divided by 3h plus 2r minus 12 is equal to, see, this 2 is also getting cancelled, so you are getting 5159 divided by 4235. So what we'll be doing now? We'll be just looking into the rest part. Now what you are doing, if you want you can just keep it like this, or else you can just solve this by cross multiplication children, but then we have a still better way if you look into. Okay, so what is the still better way? If you remember children, if you see both these equations here, 3h plus 2r is common in both of them. So this was my equation number 1, this was my equation number 2. So instead of here and going for cross multiplication, what I will be doing, I will be just marking this as equation number 3, and then what I will do, equation 2 minus equation 1 I will be doing. So what is the profit out of that? You can just see what is my equation 2, children. My equation 2 is C, pi r square 3h plus 2r minus 12. Okay, then minus, I'll be doing what? Pi r square. This is the left hand side that I am subtracting. 3h plus 2r minus 12. This will be equal to 5159 upon 2 minus 4235 divided by 2. I am just subtracting both the equations. So what is the profit actually? Why am I doing this? Because two of the variables are common here. So here if I am taking pi r square common, what am I left with? I am getting 3h plus 2r minus 12, and here I am getting what? Minus 3h minus 2r plus 12. So this is equal to, how much is this equal to, children? 5159 minus 4235 is equal to 924 divided by 2. Okay, so now what you will see, this 3h and minus 3h is getting cancelled, 2r and minus 2r is getting cancelled. So you are getting what? That pi r square into, you still have 12 left with you, children. Okay, so what you can do, children, see here, if you are just dividing, okay, the subtraction part went something wrong, children, because see here it would have been actually equal to minus 12 is not here, that is there in the second part. Okay, so I'll be writing this. So I don't have this part, this minus 12 I have taken extra, children. So because minus 12 is not there in the second equation which is there. So here we are doing what? Equation 2 minus 1. No, children, here also I have written wrong. It should be actually 1 minus 2. So this question is actually going on very lengthy, children. So now what you are getting? Pi r square into C. 12 is equal to, this is going to be how much? 924 divided by 2. So how much is the value of r that we are getting now? See, children, just erase this part. I'll be writing down that 22 upon 7 into r square into 12 is equal to 924 upon 2. So r square will be equal to what? 924 into 7 divided by 2 into 12 into 22. Okay, so what happens now, children? This upon cancellations, if everything else is getting cancelled out, you are getting this as equal to 49 divided by 4. So what will be the value of r equal to? So we'll be writing down that r will be equal to root over of 49 by 4, which is going to be equal to 7 upon 2 centimeter. So this means it is coming out to be 3.5 centimeter. So what is 3.5 centimeter, children? This is the radius, and now you need to calculate the height. So if you remember from equation number 2, I'll be just erasing, sorry, 3, not 2, children. So what you will be writing from equation number 3 that we have taken, if you remember, what was that? It was 2r plus 3h divided by 2r plus 3h minus 12 is equal to 5159 divided by 4235. So now you will be replacing the value of r here. So you will be writing 2 into 3.5 plus 3h divided by 2 into 3.5 plus 3h minus 12 is equal to 5159 divided by 4235. So here you are getting 7 plus 3h divided by 7 plus 3h minus 12 is equal to 5159 divided by 4235. Okay, so I'll be just erasing this. This question really went very long, children. So of course you have to go now for what? If you see, you can reduce this 5159 divided by 4235, children. Is this reducible in any form? Is it divisible by 3? No. Even if you are not able to, just go for simple cross multiplication. So this is 4235 into 7 plus 3h is equal to 5159 into 7 plus 3h minus 12. So before that you can just write that 7 minus 12 is how much, children? It is minus 19. sorry, 7 minus 12 is minus 5. So just write down 3h minus 5. So just calculate this, children. So this implies what you will be writing. The values that are there, children, will be just using calculators fast. So this is coming out to be equal to, write down, okay, 4235 into 7. So 4235 into 7 is equal to 29645. You can always go for reduction, children, if it is possible. Okay, and then plus this is 4235 into 3, which in turn is equal to 12705h is equal to 5159. So this is 5159 into 3, which is equal to 15477 minus 59 into 5159 into 5, which is equal to 25795h. Okay, so now we'll be just subtracting that, children. We are getting what? So this you will be taking that side. So this becomes equal to what, children? See, this h, if you are taking on that side, then it is evident that this particular thing which is there, that is going to come on the left hand side. So what you are getting now, see, 539. Okay, children, so this, upon calculations, I'll be telling you how much this should be equal to. 5235 into 7, and here we have 5. So minus this, so you will be getting what? 29645 plus 257, no, minus, sorry, children, minus 15477, okay, is equal to be, this should be equal to 12705h, okay, and then plus 125795h. Okay, so this is going really somewhere else, children. So basically, children, if you just look into that particular equation again, I'll be just taking that particular equation. So that was 7 plus 3h divided by 7 plus 3h minus 12 is equal to 5159 divided by 4235. This upon reduction is giving me how much? This is giving me 469 divided by 385. So upon cross multiplication, I am getting 2695 plus, I just use the calculator, 55h is equal to 1407h minus 2345. So solving this, I am getting 252h is equal to 5040. So the height is coming out to be equal to be 5040 divided by 252, which is equal to 20. Okay, so this happens to be the height of this particular cylinder, and the radius was equal to how much? 3.5. So this was really very lengthy question, children, but then you should be knowing that this is the only way this sum has to be done.